Hello and warm regards from NEXT IAS team. Welcome to another episode of Daily News Analysis. Today is 28th August and let's see the topics that we are going to discuss. The first topic is about the H-1B visa issue of USA. The second topic is Quadruple Star System. Third topic is about the scheme PM SVANidhi, and fourth topic is about PM VIKAS Scheme. And lastly, in the decoded section, we are going to discuss about the online real money gaming which has been banned and the mental health impact of it. So let's start with the first topic, that is the H-1B visa issue. The first topic that we are going to discuss is about the H-1B visa. Now what is the backdrop here? The backdrop is that there is a debate going in USA that this H-1B visa should be discontinued. Now how it is important for our examination? From GS paper 2 in the international relations. Effect of policies and politics in developed and developing countries on India's interest, Indian diaspora. So in this context, this topic becomes relevant for us. Also, GS paper 3 in the economy part, this topic can be included. Now, what is the news here? The news is that the US Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick has said that this H-1 visa program, the most desired pathway for Indians to migrate to America, is basically a scam. We need to explore why he has called this a scam. This is a legitimate way for the Indians to go to America and work there. Before moving ahead, let's see what is this H-1B visa all about. Now, this is a US non-immigrant visa category that enables the American employers to employ foreign workers in the context of specialty occupations, secondly, certain fashion models, and in the defense projects. The specialty occupations include streams like IT, they can be computers. So in these things where the specialization is required, in those occupations, they can employ foreign workers through this H-1B visa. Now, why it was brought? It was brought through the Immigration Act of 1990, and the basic purpose was to address the gaps in the domestic workforce where specialized skills were lacking. It was designed to help US employers to fill the roles of requiring highly skilled talent with at least bachelor's degree. So basically जो गैप था अमेरिकाज वर्कफोर्स के अंदर उसको फिल करने के लिए स्पेशलाइजेशन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से this H-1B visa was brought, and it was brought in 1990s through this Immigration Act of 1990. Now it is administered by a certain department known as US Citizenship and Immigration Services. It is a division of the Department of Homeland Security. That's why you will find that this name is coming again and again, because this is the particular department that is handling this H-1B visa. Now next is, what are specialty occupations? The Immigration and Nationality Act section 101 defines these specialty occupations. It says theoretical and practical application of specialized knowledge, for example IT, software, or bachelor's degree or higher. It's not all about IT, it can also include scientist, it can also include space, aeronautics. So all these things come under the specialized knowledge. So there is a theoretical or practical application of specialized knowledge, plus the person should be graduate. He should be should be holding a bachelor's degree or higher. Then what is the duration for this for which the visa will be granted? It will be granted for 3 years, and it may be extendable to 6 years if the person becomes a green card holder. The next is employment rules. The employment rules are very simple. The person should be having a sponsor employer. Only then he can attain this visa. In case the visa has expired, then the person has to either exit or need to change the status of the visa status, or third, he need to get a new sponsorship. Lastly, there is a 60-day grace period which is granted to a person in case he is terminated from his job to find a new job. Next is, why there is so much opposition in USA regarding this H-1B visa. First of all, this program is said to be subsidizing the business at the expense of domestic labor. You are hiring cheap labor from all over the world, and the domestic labor is getting unemployed. So they are saying that they are subsidizing the business at the expense of the domestic labor. Secondly, creating conditions similar to indentured servitude. What is this word indentured servitude? Indentured servitude refers to a historical system of labor where a person agreed to work in exchange of passage to a new country, or food, shelter, or training. So basically, it is not a kind of slavery, it is a temporary arrangement or temporary agreement between the employer and the employee, in which he is saying that I'm going to work for you without much of the pay, in response that I can get a passage to a new country, or I can get food, shelter, or training. So this is said that it is a kind of new kind of servitude, indentured servitude. Second, it is institutionalized the discrimination against the older workers. Why? Because the older workers of USA are not getting employment, and the foreign workers are getting employed under this visa scheme. Then it is contributing to wage suppression, particularly in the technology sector. So these are the concerns raised by the US people or by the US citizens regarding this H1B visa. Then what the economists have to say. The economists are basically divided over this issue. Some are saying कि इस वीजा को हटा देना चाहिए because it is affecting the US economy in the terms of employment. Some are saying that this is very much required because the people who are coming from other countries are actually contributing to the USA. They are saying that they have a role to play in innovation and competitiveness. They are actually innovating, they are actually improving the competitiveness in the US market. So that's why they are supportive of this H1B visa. So the economists from the US point of view are also divided. Some want to continue this, some want to discontinue it. Now next thing is how India is getting affected by this thing. Now India are the largest recipients of this H1B visa. Almost since 2015, 70% of all approvals are with the Indians only. So if 100 people have gone to USA on H1B visa, then out of 100, 70 are Indians. The Chinese are a distant at second. They only constitute 12 to 13%. Then in 2022-23, 72% of 4 lakh H1B visas went to Indian nationals only. Even the top Indian IT firms which are working in USA like Infosys, TCS, HCL, and Wipro has secured more than 20,000 approvals. Then what is India's position with respect to this visa? India is saying that this H1B visa is very crucial for the US company. They help those companies in accessing the global talent, and India's talent is being proven all over the world. The major CEOs are from India only. It is a challenge for the US firms also. They cannot find equally skilled workforce in America. It will be very difficult for them to find equally skilled persons in America itself. Then the restrictions could reduce the India's IT sectors, the US contracts, affecting the revenues for India also. So it is going to affect India as well as USA, and USA will be affected more by this thing because they are not going to get those talent, and the competitive edge that they had due to innovation will also be lost. Next is the wage and employment data. What does that say? It says that the American concern is basically that H1B visa is used to hire cheap foreign labor. But the data by the USA itself, the American Immigration Council itself, suggests that the H1B visas earn higher wages than the average US worker. So it is at all not reducing the overall wage in the America. The 2021 median wage says that H1B visa earner was $108,000, whereas US worker in general was getting $45,760 only. In 2003 to 2021, the wage growth, H1B visa have shown 52% increase, whereas US workers have shown only 39% wage increase. So the accusation that is being made that the foreign laborers are cheap and they are affecting the wage competitiveness in USA is also not very much true. It does not stand the facts. Now, there are basically 3 kinds of visas. The first one is H1B visa, second is H2A visa, and H2B visa. What is the difference between them? This H1B visa is basically for skilled and specialty occupations like IT, medicine, engineering, research, finance, etc. So basically you can say white collar jobs. Secondly is H2 visa. It is a temporary agricultural work, that is farm labor, harvesting, planting. For that, thus H2 visa is given. H2B visa is for temporary work, again for non-agricultural works like construction, hospitality, landscaping, seafoods, etc. The skill level in H1B visa required is highly skilled professionals are required here. In H2 visa and H3, H2B and H2A visa, the low skilled workers are sufficient. Then the duration for which H1B visa is given is 3 years. For H2A and H2B visa, it is up to 1 year. Lastly, the common sectors for H1B visa include IT, software, finance, medicine, academia, engineering. For H2A visa, it is farming, crop harvesting, dairy, livestock, basically for the agriculture work, and this is basically for the non-agricultural work. Now, based upon the discussion, you have to attempt this MCQ and you have to post your answers in the comment box. And let's move to the second topic. The second topic is Quadruple Star System. Now, what is the backdrop here? The Quadruple Star System is rare in universe and it has been recently located. It is relevant from science and technology topic of GS paper 3, and the subtopic is awareness in the field of IT, space, computer, robotics, nanotechnology and biotechnology. Let's see what is the news. The news is that a team of scientists have discovered extremely rare quadruple star system in Milky Way, and according to a new study. This system is known as UPMJ 10403551BAAB. Now, what is this quadruple star system? As the word suggests, quadruple. Quadruple means that there are 4 entities in this star. So basically what is happening here is that there are 2 young pairs of red dwarf stars and they are being orbited by 2 pairs of cold brown dwarfs. So these are cold brown dwarfs which are orbiting the young red dwarf star. Now the point that we are interested here is about the cold brown dwarfs. What are these? These are like stars, but they lack the mass to sustain the hydrogen fusion. That is the process through which a star actually generates energy and it shines. So basically you can say they are premature stars. They wanted to become star, but they were not able to become star. And they are very massive as compared to the planets. If we compare with the Jupiter, it is almost 70 times that the size of Jupiter. Basically, they share traits with giant planets like Jupiter, I have already told you. And lastly, they are cold and faint. Cold and faint means they are not very warm. And that's why they are not easy to locate. They are hard to detect. So what are these brown dwarfs? These are basically failed stars. They have not fully grown into stars, and what is the reason for that? The reason is that they are not having enough mass in which the hydrogen fusion reaction can occur. And hydrogen fusion reaction is basically responsible for the energy that is given out by the stars. In our sun itself, there are a lot of hydrogen fusion is going on, which is actually providing us energy. So sun's energy is coming from the hydrogen fusion reaction. Why hydrogen fusion reaction is not occurring in these brown dwarfs? Because there is lack of enough mass in these stars. So these are known as brown dwarfs or failed stars. Next is, what is the significance of the discovery? So the significance is very basic one. First of all, it will offer the insights into formation of stars and planets, how the stars formed, how the planets formed. So it will provide us information about that. Secondly, studying bright companion stars help determine age, temperature, composition of the brown dwarfs. Third, it is the first known system of its kind with a T-type dwarf orbiting a stellar pair. Then it will help map the mass distribution of universe and link with the dark matter studies. Now, based upon this, you have to attempt the MCQ and you have to post your answers in the comment box. And let's move to the third topic. The third topic is PM SVANidhi Scheme. Now, what is the backdrop here? The backdrop for the scheme is that the cabinet has extended this PM SVANidhi Scheme for the street vendors and has enhanced the loan amount also. Secondly, how it is relevant for us? It is relevant from the GS paper 2 in the welfare schemes for the vulnerable sections of the population by center and states and the performance of these schemes. Now let's see about the news. The news is that the Union Cabinet on Wednesday has approved the restructuring of the PM SVANidhi Scheme loan scheme for street vendors, extending it till March 31st, 2030. Earlier, it was supposed to be end by 31st December 2024. Now it has been extended to 31st March 2030. So till the full financial year of 2030, this scheme is going to be continued. Then the cabinet was chaired by Prime Minister, which have approved this particular decision, and it is expected to benefit 1.5 crore beneficiaries, including 50 lakh new ones. The next is who is the implementing agency? The implementing agency is Ministry of Housing and Urban Development. Along with that, DFS or Department of Financial Services will facilitate the loan and credit cards through banks and financial institutions. But the parent organization or the parent ministry under which the scheme comes is Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. This is very important for us. Now next is, this scheme is all about the street vendors. So who are street vendors? The scheme actually defines the street vendors as a very important constituent of urban informal economy, and they play a very significant role in ensuring availability of the goods and services at affordable rate at the doorstep of city dwellers. So the point that comes here is, first of all, availability of the goods and services. Second is affordable rates and at the doorstep. So that is an important role played by the street vendors. Now they are known as vendors, hawkers, thelewalas, rehdiwalas, thepliwalas, and different contexts and different areas. The goods that are supplied by them includes vegetable, fruits, ready-to-eat street food, tea, pakoda, bread, eggs, textile apparels, footwear, artisan products, books, stationery, etc. Also services include like barber shop, cobblers, pen shops, laundry. All these are included as the street vendors. Now, what is this PM SVANidhi scheme? This scheme was launched in 2020 by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, and it is a center sector micro credit scheme. This central sector scheme is very, very important. You should be knowing what is this scheme. Is a central sector scheme under Ministry of Housing and Urban Development. What is the full form of PM SVANidhi? The full form is PM Street Vendors Atmanirbhar Nidhi. And if you see, in 2020 we were going through the COVID. So this scheme was launched in the context of COVID. At that time itself, we launched the Atmanirbhar program also. So this scheme has been named as PM Street Vendors Atmanirbhar Nidhi. Now what is the objective? The objective is to provide the hand-holding support to the street vendors, as well as provide them a formal recognition also. Because when the loan is being provided, now they are recognized as the registered street vendors. Now, what will be the loan? What will be the conditions for the loan? First of all, the loan will be collateral free. That means the street vendors does not have to provide for any collateral. कुछ भी वहाँ पे गिरवी उनको नहीं रखना है. And it will be in 3 stages. The first loan will be 10,000. After the 10,000 loan is paid and the street vendor want to invest more, then he will be provided with the second loan of 20,000. After repayment of the 20,000 loan, the financial credentials have been established for the street vendors, and he can get a third loan of 50,000. So basically 3 kinds of loan are provided here, and it is for the working capital. Now it will include a 7% interest subsidy scheme if the timely repayment is done. That means the interest will be very, very minimal on these particular loans. Then it is also aiming to promote digital transactions. How? It is going to provide a cashback incentives of ₹100 per month for using digital payment modes. So those vendors you see are having the digital payment systems. Now they are getting ₹100 per month as the cashback incentives. Now its objective is, it is also fulfilling our objective of increasing the digital footprint in the country. Now next is, what is the significance of the scheme? The basic significance is that it is providing a formal recognition to the street vendors. It is providing them reliable finance for business expansion, so it is helping in their business. It is promoting sustainable livelihood, and socio-economic upliftment is also one of the objective of it. Then it is enhancing digital and financial inclusion by providing cashback incentives. It is transforming the urban spaces into vibrant, self-sustaining ecosystems. Now next is, what are the changes, what is the restructuring in this particular scheme? Now first of all, we were having 3 kinds of slabs for the loan: 10,000, 20,000 and 50,000. Now 10,000 loan slab has been increased to 15,000. The 20,000 loan slab has been increased to 25,000. 50,000 has been kept at its own previous base. So it has enhanced the credit support that is provided under the scheme. Second is, the duration for the scheme has also been increased to 31st March 2030. Third, UPI linked RuPay credit card will also be provided to them, so that it can cater to their immediate credit requirements. It will be only payable after repayment of the second loan. Third is digital incentives. The cashback has now been increased to 1600 rupees for retail and wholesale digital transactions. Then there is expanded coverage also. Initially, it was restricted to the statutory towns. Now it has been extended to the census towns, pre-urban areas. So basically, if we see, the credit limit has been increased. Credit card services have been provided so that they can have immediate access to the credit. Third thing is that they have now increased the cashback incentive. The area is also expanded. In earlier it was statutory towns. Now the census towns and as well as the pre-urban areas have been included. So more people are now included here. Then the capacity building and training will also be done here. It will focus on entrepreneurship, financial literacy and digital skills and marketing. Hygiene and food safety training will be provided in collaboration with FSSAI. So now we are also going to focus upon hygiene and food safety training. And lastly, SVANidhi Smriddhi. There it will be strengthened by monthly Lok Kalyan Melas. So these are the provisions for the restructuring of this PM SVANidhi scheme. Now, what has been the impact of this scheme till now? Till 30th July 2025, we see the loan were dispersed to 96 lakh loans have been dispersed and it is worth of total 13,797 crores. A total of 68 lakh beneficiaries were there of these loans. The digital adoption 47 lakh active users and 557 crore digital transactions worth 6.09 lakh crore has been done. The cashback earned is around 241 crores. Then it has also been acknowledged by the government. The PM Award for Excellence in Public Administration Innovations at the center level for its outstanding contribution to boosting the economy, promoting livelihood, advancing financial inclusion and driving digital empowerment. Another award, that is Silver Award for Excellence in Government Process Reengineering for the Digital Transformation, has also been awarded to the PM SVANidhi Scheme. These schemes have proven to be more than financial support because it has provided identity, digital inclusion and social recognition to the street vendors. So in the critical analysis, you can say that on financial part, the scheme has helped, but also it has provided identity, recognition, social recognition and digital inclusion to the street vendors. So this scheme is going beyond the financial aspect. It is also helping them in social manner. It is providing them recognition also. It is helping them in digital inclusion also. Now, based upon the discussion, you have to attempt this MCQ and you have to post your answers in the comment box. And let's move to the fourth topic. The fourth topic is about the PM VIKAS scheme. Now, PM VIKAS, this is a new scheme, was launched in 2024. The backdrop here is that the Ministry of Minority Affairs and ICAR CMFRI is going to sign a MOU tomorrow, that is 28 August itself, for the skill training and women entrepreneurship development project under the PM VIKAS scheme. This topic becomes relevant from GS paper 2, welfare schemes for vulnerable sections of the population by center and state and the performance of these schemes. Also in the society topic, in the economy part of GS paper 3, this scheme can be included. The question, it can be used in the mains answer as well as it can be asked directly in the prelims. Now let's see what is this PM VIKAS scheme, and before going that, let's see what is the news here. The news is that the Union Minister of State for Minority Affairs and Fisheries, Animal Husbandry, Dairying, Shri George Kurin will chair the MOU signing between Ministry of Minority Affairs and ICAR, Central Marine Fisheries Research Institute, for skill training and women entrepreneurship development project under the Pradhan Mantri Virasat Ka Samvardhan scheme at Animation Center, Kolavaram, Thiruvananthapuram in Kerala. So what is this PM VIKAS? PM VIKAS is basically Pradhan Mantri Virasat Ka Samvardhan scheme. Now what is this scheme? The Pradhan Mantri Virasat Ka Samvardhan is a central sector scheme. It is under the Ministry of Minority Affairs. So this scheme is under Ministry of Minority Affairs. It is for the welfare of the minorities. It is a central sector scheme. These words you should be remembering. It was launched in 2024. Its objective was to facilitate the opportunities for minority communities in education, skilling, employment to ensure their inclusive development in national fabric. So basic objective was to ensure inclusive development of the minorities by providing them education, by providing them skill and by providing them employment. This PM VIKAS has actually subsumed 5 schemes. The 5 schemes of the minorities include Seekho aur kamao, Ustad, which was upgrading the skill and training in traditional art craft for development, Hamari Dharohar, Nai Roshni and Nai Manzil. All these schemes have been subsumed under PM Vikas, and this new scheme, a holistic coverage, holistic development of the minorities scheme has been now created. This PM Vikas key objectives include development and employment includes skill development and employment opportunities for the minority sections, then preservation and promotion of the cultural heritage that we have, formal education for the school dropouts, then empowerment of women through leadership and entrepreneurship support, improved livelihood opportunities through market linkages, and development of sustainable art and craft villages. Also, there are basically 4 components under this scheme. The component 1 includes skilling and training. So it is basically replacing the schemes Ustad, Hamari Dharohar and Seekho aur Kamao. Now, this particular component is going to focus upon the training part, training of the artisans on need-based courses, preserving and enriching the heritage craft, then non-traditional skilling of the NSQF compliant job roles with employment linkages. The second component is about the leadership and entrepreneurship. So it is replacing the Nai Roshni, the leadership development among youth, minority and artisan communities, and entrepreneurship training with focus on women entrepreneurs, creating biz sakhis as business mentors. Then component 3 is about education. It is replacing the Nai Manzil scheme. It is going to bridge the education for school dropouts of class 8, 10 or 12, and the certification through NIAS or MOMA approved institution will be provided. MOMA is Ministry of Minority Affairs. Then component 4 is infrastructure development. This is a new component that is added to the PM Vikas scheme. To develop Vishkarma villages, important term, Vishkarma villages or hubs under the hub and spoke model, integrate art, tourism, commerce for artisan income growth, and outreach to spoke villages for inclusive development. So these are the 4 components of this particular scheme. Now, based upon the discussion, you have to attempt this MCQ and you have to put your answers in the comment box. And let's move to the last topic of the day. Now it's time for decoding the editorial. The topic that we are having today is online real money gaming and the mental health impact of it. Now, we have already seen that through the regulation of online gaming, the online real money games have now been banned in the country. Now, we have discussed about the financial aspect of that, but a very important aspect that the mental health aspect is still lacking. Now, what is the backdrop here? The backdrop is that the online real money gaming by promotion of there is a ban on the online real money gaming by promotion and regulation of Online Gaming Act of 2025. Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha has passed this bill and it has now become an act after the President has signed upon it. It is relevant from GS paper 2 in the mechanisms, laws, institutions and bodies constituted for protection and betterment of the vulnerable section. The vulnerable section here becomes the adolescents and the children who have become addicted to the real money games. Now, what is the news? The news is that the Indian youth deserves more than just a digital barrier. What is the digital barrier here? The ban on these real money games. The ban has already been imposed. We need more than that. They deserve thoughtful regulation, counseling and preventive care to protect their mental health. So it is not about only banning it. We need more than that. More than that is including the counseling should be provided to them, the preventive care should be provided to them, their health should be protected. While debates on banning online real money games often focus on the economic or legal aspects, but a critical angle, that is the mental health, is being ignored, and that we are going to discuss here. Now, let's see about the effect of these real money games on our mental health. Let's see the psychology of the real money online games. The real money online games are actually mimicking the gambling. How? First of all, there are variable rewards. Second is there is intense engagement loop. And third one is there is quick gratification. And all these 3 factors lead to hooking up with these apps. बार बार उनको खेलने का मन होता है. बार बार you are just going back to those apps. You are putting money there and you are losing. Sometimes you are winning also. So these things are actually mimicking gambling, and they are the fun part here is now becoming an addiction. You went to these apps so that you can pass your time. Now you have become addicted to them. You are now dependent upon them, and it is more affecting the children. The families often are not able to see these things. They get alert when they see the credit bills are rising, when they see the money is being spent on these apps. Secondly, the academics of the children are declining, and the mental health is also worsening, because when they are losing money, they are getting irritated, they are having anxiety, they start fighting at the home. The home atmosphere is also affected. So this addiction fuels the secrecy, arguments, and emotional strain at the home as well. The therapy alone is not sufficient. Regulation or prohibition becomes a necessary public health response. So here we need to ban these real money apps. That's why this step has been taken by the government, which is a very welcoming one. Now next is how this online money games are affecting us. First of all, they condition the brain to seek constant risk and reward. कि बार बार रिस्क लेते हैं, let's see the reward is coming or not. Secondly, it blurs the line between skill and chance. There's a skill. When you learn something, that is skill. These games are basically based upon chances. So it is actually blurring the lines between skill and chance. Third thing, it is triggering behaviors like lying, stealing, or excessive screen time. So that is affecting the attitude of the child. Then it is leading to anxiety, depression, and even suicidal tendencies have been seen when a lot of money has been lost by the children. Across India, the cases of children draining family savings, falling into debt, or facing severe emotional breakdown highlights the human cost of unchecked access. That's why there was a ban on the real money gaming apps. Now, if we see in the detail, the mental health problems linked to the RMG apps include, first of all, addiction and dependency. There's a continuous urge to play the game. Now they are addicted to the game. There's a loss of self-control despite knowing that there's negative consequences of these apps. Second, anxiety and stress, fear of losing money or missing out on wins. Constant pressure to perform and recover the losses. That is creating stress and anxiety, and that is affecting their own behavior. There has been seen depression in the children, emotional loss after repeated losses, hopelessness and helplessness due to financial strain. Then impulsivity and risky behavior is also being seen. Poor decision making, borrowing money, or even theft to continue gaming because they are now addicted to the gaming. Then irritability and aggression, short temper when interrupted or restricted from gaming. Family conflict due to secrecy and deception. All these are being seen. Then next is low self-esteem and guilt. There's shame of financial loss or lying to the family. They feel trapped in a cycle of play and loss. Cognitive distortions. Thinking of luck or next game will fix the losses. That is a problem. Confusing gambling with the skill. That is blurring the skills with that of the chance. So that is the problem. Then sleep disorders, because late night gaming is leading to insomnia and poor mental health. Social isolation. They are so much addicted to the games that they are avoiding the family, friends, academics, or work. They are just engaging with the game. They are not getting satisfied with that. Sometimes suicidal thoughts in extreme cases have been observed when there is financial debt, guilt, or hopelessness pushing vulnerable youth towards the self-harm. So these are the mental health effects that we see due to the online game. Now, is the ban on the online real money gaming is a solution? No. It can bring an immediate relief for the families. It will reduce the financial losses and household conflicts. Secondly, the partial bans, there's a full ban right now. If the partial ban would have been there, it could have delayed the onset of addictive behavior and would have given parents some space to guide the healthier habits. But now we have moved for the full ban, so this second point is not relevant as such here. Now, what is going to happen when we have banned these games? It has actually created a vacuum for the children, because the children were addicted to these games. Now next they find that these games have been banned. So there is a vacuum. And to fill that vacuum, first of all, they are going to go for other coping mechanisms like pornography, social media overuse, or substance abuse. So what we have done, we have not cured the problem. We have just shifted their focus from the real money gaming to other things. Secondly, when access is suddenly cut off, There is the features, there are things like irritability, secrecy or aggression are also seen among the children because they are now irritated. They're not able to cope up with the vacuum that has been created. So only banning those games is not going to sufficiently cater to the problems that we have created. We need to go beyond these things because there's a vacuum that has been created for the children. Now, we need to take a comprehensive approach. In the comprehensive approach, we need to focus upon the mental health screening in the schools. Counseling service to children and families should be there. Training for the teachers and parents to support early warning signs, and awareness campaigns targeting both students and caregivers should be there. The gaming addiction is not a mere disciplinary issue. It is a behavioral health challenge. India must treat it as such. By combining regulation with strong mental health framework, the country can foster a digital environment where families find balance and children build healthy relationship with the technology. And we need to do this because if the real money gaming apps have been removed, social media is still there. Students are still addicted there. We need to provide proper counseling to them. We need to train our teachers so that they can spot these early warning signs in them. So we need, along with the governance part, we need to also cater to the mental health, to the attitude of those students. Now, based upon the discussion, you have to attempt this mains question and you have to post your answers in the comment box. This was all for today. Thank you very much.